2,438% ROI, which obviously is absurd. For every dollar you're putting in, you're getting $24 back.
Welcome to my legal academy, helping lawyers work smart, scale fast, and enjoy life.
Sam, I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Let's go down. First of all, what state?
California.
What's the current daily budget?
400.
Comes out to your 12K mark, right? Good. All right. 13 cost. Total leads. Good. Cost per lead, 24. Amazing. 44 clients for 50 claims, which we'll talk about. And a 295 CPA. Wonderful. It's the first one, Moises. Amazing.
I mean, it's going well. It just requires patience, the system. And I had a hard time at first, honestly, getting my English ad approved. And in fact, I had such a hard time getting it approved that I was like, I got had again. This shit don't work. But then I just decided to plow forward with the Spanish ads, and I mean, the rest is history.
Great. What'd you do good? The mentality of just powering through, not giving up, literally keep trying from every angle. So give me a couple of what that means, what that meant for you. What was the effort that you had to put in? Did you resubmit it?
Yeah. So for the English ad, I had to go through 6 rejections, and I had to, just tweak the language. A lot of what was discussed, eliminating hurt, eliminating injured, and just figuring out different ways to get the point across without saying certain buzzwords, right? So that was the first sort of struggle. After that, it was a series of good problems. Like, how the hell do I manage all these leads? That was a problem at first. Once the sort of faucet turned on, it was just lead after lead after lead. I was getting 15, 20 leads a day. And at that point, I didn't really have an infrastructure set up to deal with these leads. It was me and my intake dude. And I was taking part of the calls. He was taking part of the calls. And, I knew from the get-go that wasn't sustainable. And you warned us about that. But that was sort of all I had at the moment. Since then, I've implemented all the various tools, the automation with Zapier, lead management, intake management program. I've also opened an account with OpenPhone, which was game-changing. And I've onboarded a VA who's been excellent, young guy from Colombia who's got a great work ethic and just sort of gets it. He gets the mentality and all that.
Amazing. So let's open up a couple of things that came from there. So first, what we will be doing today, we'll be hearing what's going on, success stories, the ones that are not working, and we're going to learn from this and again, improve on this. So one of the things we'll do today is we'll collect a list of keywords to avoid going forward. So you mentioned hurt and injured. Any others, Moises?
No, I think those were the key ones: hurt, injured. Yeah, I believe.
Yeah. Anybody?
And just sort of phrasing it in a way that you weren't saying you. Have you been, in an accident? Did you do this? I try to eliminate the reference to you as much as possible. So and those three things seem to work.
So how'd you do that? How'd you switch the you to the third person?
I forget what word I used, but for example, injured in a collision, right? Instead of have you been injured? Injured in a collision ?
Literally taking out the word you.
Just took it out.
Okay, good. Intake management. What is it about that?
So one thing that I learned was that a lot of the big CRMs like CasePeer, they don't have a very robust system for dealing with leads. They claim to have it, but once you start trying to use it, it's not very robust. That was my experience with CasePeer. So CasePeer, I automated the lead so that it pushes straight into CasePeer. But once it's in CasePeer doesn't allow you to do anything with that lead. It doesn't allow you to comment on it, to note on it. The only thing it allows you to do is to convert it into a case, and then you can, start noting it and all that. But that's counterproductive because 95% of these leads you're going to end up deleting. So why convert a lead into a case only to have a 95% chance of deleting it? So I ended up just hiring a guy on Fiverr to build me basically what amounted to it's a custom CRM for leads, but it's essentially a Google Sheets with a fancy dashboard that sits on my server. It looks cool and it does what I need it to do.
Nice. Very good. OpenPhone. Amazing. Talk about a little bit about that. How's that going?
OpenPhone is great because it allows you to automate immediate text message to the prospective client. And it allows you to all be on the same page with your team. I can listen to what my guy from Colombia is saying on every call, what he's doing, the documents that he's received. And that allows me to have more control over the training and be more effective in the way that I train him. I could literally say, hey, look at the call that you made with Miss So-and-so at the 3rd minute. Instead of saying it this way, say it this other way. So it's very helpful. The team can also comment on the thread internally in a private manner. So that's also really helpful and cool.
Nice. And intaker, you said you have one from Colombia.
Yeah, I have one from Colombia. He's been great. You know, the ad that I used for him was really a sales ad. It followed very closely the template that you provided for us. That was hard, man. Just sort of, and it's all stuff you talked about. So it wasn't new, but it was still hard implementing in terms of just relinquishing control and thinking that you're the only one that could tell these people the things that they need in terms of prospective clients. But really what made sense to me in terms of the things that you've said was that really the intaker is just qualifying a lead. You know, he's not giving legal advice or doing things like that. It gave me the ability to turn that control over to the VA intaker. And, you know, of course it helped that he kicks ass and he's good and he's bright. And, you know, you can tell that when you speak to him.
Okay, very good. This is for you, Moises, a call to action. Go get 2 more intakers.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say earlier. My office manager had 2 interviews this morning for 2 additional intakers.
Perfect. Great. Stick to what worked for you. Colombia, I would just go back to Colombia.
Yeah.
Find something that works. When he's asking about what was the Fiverr, what did you put in Fiverr? Like, what kind of person was that?
I just put on Fiverr, but the search term was something like CRM lead management program.
And bada bing. What I would do with Fiverr, by the way, for everybody, I would do seller details. I would do a top rated seller. Whenever you're trying to find people,
you can do level 2 as well. Level 2 is super reliable. I've been using Fiverr since 2018, 2019. I use it mainly to get to find musicians on there. So when I started using it for this, it was actually kind of cool. I didn't realize I could find these people here too.
Amazing. I try to filter as much as I try to get very, very conservative. Just start off with that. And then if I tap out, then I go to level 2. You know, might as well go to the top and then go down. So plenty of people here, different prices, different range. From that, obviously, the second thing that matters is the number of reviews that they have. So that one right there, 196 5.0 reviews is pretty high at this one. So these 2 would be right away, just like quickly. There's 2 people I would talk to. You can message them on Fiverr before you even, you know, do anything with them. You just click on contact seller and literally get a quote. Send them a message, hey, you know, generating leads from this, and I want this to be done. What can you do? They come back to you and then give you an offer. From that, quickly, bam, anything you need to get set up. Even, again, I show you the back end, but if you get stuck at any point at implementing any of it, again, my mindset is, where can I go? Upwork, Fiverr, quickly. Don't overthink it, just get this set up.
Hey, hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you're a lawyer and you're looking to work smart, scale fast, and enjoy life, right below this video, you'll find a link to book a call to speak to my team so we can tell you how we've been able to help over 500 law firm owners scale their law firm. Now back to the video.
Very good. Let's go back to the notes. SOP for taking on the calls. How long is this SOP and how quickly did you put this together, and is anything crazy?
I put it together fast using ChatGPT, and honestly, it's kind of one of those things where you put it together and it's a good exercise to get the VA running, but a week into it, we had strayed pretty far from the SOP. But, you know, it got us started. You know, done is better than perfect. We got it started, we got it going, and we tweaked it as we went.
Nice. There we go. If anybody wants it, the person that I'm generating to referring out to, this is their SOP. I got it, cleaned it up, because when I use it, this is a good first start if you guys don't already have an SOP for taking on calls. And as Moises shared, even being more resourceful, use ChatGPT to say, create an SOP for intakers to sign up for accident clients. See what it comes up with.
I like to feed the prompt a little bit more information. So I'll sit in there and I'll say, hey, I'm a personal injury attorney. This is what I'm doing. This is what I want. This is what I'm trying to set up. Here's my process, more or less. Take this and expand on it, or take this and give me an outline. And then I'll go through each section and start expanding each section.
Perfect. Or if you already have something, just say you take this.
Right.
Literally take this and say, make this optimized, whatever, to get more signups on the phone, etc. There you go. You know, tapping out. This is a one-time kind of thing. 30 minutes of focused work. Being resourceful with ChatGPT, put it together. Now you have that. But yeah, by all means, everybody get this, use this, revise it for yourself. Great. So that's SOP. This one was brought up, Moises, you brought this up before. Whether when it comes to your cost per acquisition, the question was, do you look at number of clients that you got or number of claims that you got? Because there could be one client that could give you multiple claims. for the sake of marketing and tracking, then you look at just the number of clients that you got, because then that's the variable, that's what you generated. It's kind of out of you got lucky that that one client, you know, sent you multiple claims, but for the sake of just marketing, you know, just number of clients. And yeah, this is like these extra 6 bonus round for you. But whenever you're doing your estimation and tracking, always conservative estimates. And then obviously the next level you could do is your ROI. What's your conservative estimate value per client that we could just multiply by 44 to find out this value?
We could say it's between 5 and 10K. So why don't we say 75?
Sounds good. Either 5K or 7,500 would be a good place. 7,500 times 44. So let's just say 330 value. And then the ROI is just the value minus the cost divided by the cost times 100. So for us, 330 minus the cost of 13,000 is a really ridiculous ROI. Doesn't make sense. It's that much divided by the cost, 13,000 times 100 is a crazy 2,438% ROI, which obviously is absurd. You're getting a 24 for every dollar you're putting in, you're getting $24 back profit. So get really aggressive,
so far,
hire
so
3,
like
4, 5 intakers and max it out until it doesn't make sense. Yeah, you could easily get to 30 clients a month with these numbers. And that should be your goal.
I think so. I don't think that'll be too hard. I mean, this intaker's taking in 2 to 3 a day now. He's caught his stride. This is only week 2, I think, or week 3 for him. So yeah, I'm curious to see where we will be at the next update.
Amazing, Moises. Amazing. Kill it, man.